What is up, guys? This is your voice with Tease, and today I have some more information regarding The Sims 4. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper Sims packs. If you guys click the right side of the screen or the link in the description, you guys will find a bunch of deals for The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. If you guys are planning on buying The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, you will get it at a 21% discount. Without further ado, let's get into the content. Okay, so there's been a lot of information coming out for the new Sims 4 expansion pack called the Enchanted by Nature. I think that's the name. Don't know if that's a placeholder or that's the official name, but we actually got a teaser during DreamCon with the hot girl stream that I wasn't invited to because I am not a hot girl. As you can see by the teaser, we're set in this like magical world in The Sims 4, and we see this house kind of just bouncing up and down with like music notes coming out, and it looks like a fairy house. And I could be wrong, but the fairy house looks like it's very small compared to like the outside. Like the plants look really big, so again, fairies are very small. But I know with The Sims 3 Supernatural, you can kind of choose between being like a big sim with fairy wings and then also being a very small fairy that goes in the house when they want to just like have fun, woohoo, and stuff like that. I personally felt like that was the best way to kind of showcase fairies in both forms, because again, fairies are very small, but at the same time, it makes sense for gameplay for this series to be like the sim size. Now in this teaser, it does say the new trailer drops June 12th. I also heard a lot of rumors of people saying that the pack is going to drop July 10th. This event begins on June 24th and then ends on August 5th. So it makes sense for the pack to release in July. And it seems now with these events, whenever we get a new expansion pack, the event always ends before the expansion pack releases. Now with the Nature's Calling event itself, it doesn't look like the items themselves are too good. Now they did say that the Nature's Calling event items are based off like nature themed stuff, and that obviously ties into the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. But yeah, like I said in the previous video, I feel like the rewards just don't look that good to me. I know a few of you guys have said that as well. I know there are some people that are very excited for the event, and again, I'm not trying to take that away from you. If you are excited, then more power to you, but I personally feel like we shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get these rewards. But again, these items don't even look that good. So but yeah, it seems like these items obviously are very focused on like just nature and stuff. So yeah, again, this event does start June 24th and then run for 6 weeks. There'll be a bunch of like different tasks that your Sims will have to do. Now one thing that's been very interesting with these events is sometimes they'll tie in expansion packs, but they do note here, they say that simmers who own future expansion packs will not be required to complete option goals in order to complete the quest. However, if all the required goals for a quest are completed prior to the completion of an optional goal, quests will be completed and the optional goal will be lost along with its associated event points. We recommend that simmers prioritize the optional goals first before moving on to the required goals for a quest. And then you also recommend the expansion packs that are featured for this event. The following is The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, Snowy Escape, Horse Ranch, and then Love Struck. But yeah, again, I would prefer to be able to just get these through XDS drops. We all know that the events are just BS to entice players to log in and play to get their numbers up, and this is probably just giving them feedback as well for like future Sims games, like I don't know, Project Reject. Maybe the system will be built in from the game from like the beginning. So you know, I feel like the events are just bullshit. Now what's interesting is there's a website called somethingisgrowing.com, and it's just a bunch of teases about the next expansion pack. So when you go on this website, you kind of see like some of the stuff is moving a little bit, like the water is like, I guess, glimmering a little bit, and there's also is like kind of like sound effects. You hear like people like laughing in the background. Like it sounds like you actually are in like a forest. And there also is a description. So it says get lost in 3 new traits. So it says 3 new traits will play a role in how Sims relate to their world. You befriend fellow plant lovers, have enlightening encounters with mystical Sims, and even have run-ins with disruptive Sims. Oh no, now everything's out of balance. I think I'm gonna read all the descriptions first, and then we can speculate like what this could all mean. So if you click the arrow, it actually takes you to like the next portion of like this website, and it says get lost in natural living. It says you wake up under the stars, you see other Sims meeting their needs outdoors without beds or plumbing. You're hungry, but you spot some delicious looking mushrooms by a tree. Looks like you'll sustain yourself just fine. And again, with this image, you see some like berries, a bush, this plant in the middle, and like there's a bunch of fog. And again, with the previous image, there was a bunch of lights and there was like this table. It seems like this person is like into like alchemy, like they're making potions. I don't know. But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff going on here. Very like mystical, just nature stuff, I guess. And then we move on to the final one, and it says get lost in Green. I don't even know how to pronounce that. It says you peek through the leaves and see a quaint town. The sign reads I'm just gonna say in green, a beautiful lush world world where Sims live in harmony with nature. You discover there are 3 neighborhoods to explore: a quiet waterfront town where they're all about gnomes, a grove where nature and civilization blend together, and an enchanting magical forest. What else awaits you here? And again, it's kind of like the same image, but this time the gnome is missing, but it's more, you know, sunny and stuff. Now, reading all this stuff, to me, this sounds like this is obviously more than just fairies, which I'm glad for. But fairies is not on the top of my list of stuff that I would want just as like on its own. Like, I think fairies are cool, don't get me wrong. I don't want that to just be like the main feature. This to me sounds kind of like you're living in nature, like off the grid type stuff, like almost like, I guess, like Sims Castaway in a sense, but it's like in like the forest. This to me feels like outdoor retreat, like a pack refresh. That's kind of like the vibes I'm getting off. This sounds like we're gonna be living outside, like in nature, you know, like collecting berries and trying to survive and all that stuff. And it mentions like the magical forest, so obviously that might be leading to like fairies and maybe other creatures. I know I've seen some people also mention like the fact that plant sims might get a refresh as well, and I think this would be perfect for like, you know, plant sims to kind of get like a refresh. And plant sims are technically like a free occult in the game. I will say that like my interest has definitely gone up, because again, before I was just, you know, was worried this was mostly focused on fairies, but this seems to be bigger than that. I'll definitely say if this is more like a survival thing and like you're kind of living off the grid, like this is the kind of more like a Sims 2 Castaway, but like in the forest, I would be up for that. And again, this doesn't distract from the fact that the game is broken, guys. But yeah, guys, with that being said, this is all for today's video. Please comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this. Are you still not excited by this? Please let me know. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. This has been your boy Superior Simmer. I hope you guys have a good day and take care.